Okay, for elementary surveying module 3 unit 1, we would talk about differential leveling. So if you've already read the PowerPoint, I've indicated there how to solve or the formulas needed for differential leveling. So these are the formulas indicated. For HI, this means that is your height of instrument, that is equal to elevation plus backside. Then for your elevation, your formula would be HI minus FS, or means to say height of instrument minus your foresight. So the backside means to say if this is your transit, and then this is your first mark or first station, and then this would be your second station. Meaning of backside, this is your sighting for the preceding station, which here is benchmark 1, and then for the foresight, that is your succeeding sighting for the next station. So let us now start solving for the height of instrument for benchmark 1. So in order to solve for the height of instrument for benchmark 1, that is simply, formula here is given as elevation. Here is, it's already given as 50. So that is just simply 50 plus the given backside. So that would be 50 plus 1.21. So your height of instrument for benchmark 1 is 51.21. So the next thing that we're going to do is solve for the elevation naman of your turning point 1. And then we all know that our formula for elevation is height of instrument minus foresight. So we've already solved for the height of instrument. We just subtract the given foresight. So means to say 51.21 minus the given foresight is 4.65. So that is just 46.56. Let's put the elevation here, 46.56. So the next thing that we're going to solve is for the turning point 1, the height of instrument at turning point 1. Again, the formula for the height of instrument is elevation plus backside. And we've already solved for the elevation. Let us just add the given backside, which is 6.2. 46.56 plus a given backside, which is 6.2. So that is 52.76. So 52.76. So again, we need to solve for the elevation at turning point 2. So in order to solve again for the elevation at turning point 2, we just simply use this formula. Then we also have our height of instrument. We just solve for the elevation at turning point 2, meaning to say that would be 52.76 minus the given foresight, which is 3.11. And that would be 49.65. Okay. Now, the next thing that we're going to solve for is the height of instrument of turning point 2. The height of instrument is simply elevation plus the given backside. So, plus 4.82. That would be 54.47. Next is elevation for turning point 3. That would be 54.47 minus foresight, which is 5.22. So, that would be 49.25. So the next thing we're going to do is solve for the height of instrument at turning point 3. So again, height of instrument is elevation plus backside. So this is your elevation, and just add the given backside. So 49.25 plus 3.03, that would be 52.28. Then the last thing that we're going to solve for in this illustrative problem number 1 is, of course, the elevation at benchmark 2. So again, elevation is just height of instrument minus your foresight given. So 52.28 minus 3.16, the given foresight. So that is 49.12. So let us now check if our computations are correct by using arithmetic checking. So in order to see if we've computed the right calculations, we just simply use this formula. Arithmetic check. So the formula for this one would just simply be the summation of all the backsides minus summation of all your foresights equals to elevation of benchmark 2 minus elevation of benchmark 1. Okay. So here, let's just sum all of the backsides given. So we have 1.21 plus 6.2 plus 4.82 plus 3.03. So we have here 1.21, 6.2, 4.82, and 3.3. So the sum of that would be 15.26. Okay, 15.26. Now let's solve for the summation of all the four sides. So we have 4.65 plus 3.11 plus 5.22 plus 3.16. So the answer for that would be 16.14. Now, we have our elevation for benchmark 2, which is 49.12, minus the elevation at benchmark 1, 50. So, going back, let's just see if it would be equal with one another. If it's equal with one another, means to say our calculations are correct. So, 15.26 minus 16.14, that is negative 0.88. And then 49.12 minus 50, that would be 0.88, negative 0.88. So we have equal numbers, means to say our calculations are correct. After solving for all of this in our sample problem, it was not stated what are the distances between each station. So let's just assume that the distances between stations are 10 meters, or the stations are 10 meters away from one another. Okay. This is for graphing, just in case we needed to graph. So let's just assume that the stations between all of the distances between stations are 10 meters. 10 meters, 10 meters. For, of course, benchmark 1, that would be our 0 meters or starting point. Means to say, let's graph our elevation at benchmark 1. Balik tayo sa table. Our elevation for benchmark 1 is 50 meters. So, nasan ba yung 50 meters? Here. Since our benchmark 1 is at 0 meters, means to say that is our starting point. Next, the next station to that would be turning point 1. So, the elevation for turning point 1 is 46.56. Where is 46.56? Somewhere above here, siguro. Okay. There. 46.56. That would be your turning point 1. And then for turning point 2, you have 49.65. So 49.65, that is your 20th meter away from your benchmark. 49.65, a bit higher than our turning point 1. Next is for turning point 3. Let's go back to the table. That is 49.25. 49.25 is just a bit lower than the preceding station. So it's here. Okay. And then the next one would be our benchmark 2. So we have benchmark 1, turning points 1, 2, 3, and then of course our benchmark 2. We've calculated that our benchmark 2 elevation is at 49.12. So it's a bit lower than the preceding station ulit. So let's say here. Okay. So again, this is just a rough graphing of your differential leveling. So it would look like this. Okay, so that is all for differential leveling. I will leave the illustrative problem number 2 for you to solve already. I will just include the solutions, which is also included here. Okay. I leave this up to you to understand. This is just the same concept with the first problem. Okay. So for profile leveling, it's almost the same as differential leveling. However, this time we already have immediate foresights. Now take note, immediate foresights are line of sights or sightings located in between your main stations, benchmark 1 and turning point 1. The purpose of this is for us to be able to graph or properly assess the profile of a certain area or a certain roadway. So here, the formulas are still the same. The elevation would be height of instrument minus foresight, And then for height of instrument, it would be elevation plus backside pa rin. And then for elevation, considering the immediate foresights, it would be height of instrument minus, of course, your immediate foresights. Now, take note, from this transit, your height of instrument would be constant all throughout benchmarks 1 and turning point 1. So here, the first thing that we're going to solve is, of course, your height of instrument for benchmark 1. In order to solve that, we simply add 225.5 plus 0.95, and that is 226.45. Now, next thing, we're going to solve for the elevation at station 1. All we need to do is simply subtract your immediate foresight to 226.45. So that would be 223.45. Okay. Now, the next thing that we're going to solve is not the height of instrument of station 1. Rather, we're going to solve for elevation of station 2. Why? Because again, the height of instrument from benchmark 1 to turning point 1 would all be the same. So now, proceeding to the station 2, we would subtract 226.45 minus 2.3 in order to get your elevation at station 2, which is 224.15. Now next, we will now be solving for the elevation of turning point 1, still considering the height of instrument 226.45. Now, rather than subtracting with IFS, we now subtract with the foresight given as 0.64, and that would be 225.81. Now here, take note, in this part, we will already be solving for the height of instrument at turning point 1 because ang only consideration yan is from this point we transferred our instrument to here. So meaning to say our height of instrument or elevation of instrument would already vary. Now, for our elevation, we would use 225.81. We just simply add our given backside, which is 3.13, and that is 228.94. 94. Now again, for your height of instrument or elevation of instrument, it would still be the same from turning point 1 until turning point 2. Now, what we're going to solve na lang is for your elevation at station 3. Starting, of course, with your height of instrument 228.94 minus your given immediate foresight, which is 2.7, which is 226.24. Okay. Now, again, your height of instrument will still be the same, so just simply subtract 228.94 by 2.8 in order to get the elevation at 4. So that would be 226.14. Now, we subtract it again by immediate foresights 3.1. It would be 225.84. Now, next, we subtract it by 0.5. It would be 228.44. And then the last one by 0.8. That would be 228.14. That would be height of instrument minus immediate foresights. Now, here, we still have our foresight. So what we're going to do is simply subtract 228.94 by 1.28 in order to get our elevation for turning point 2, which is 227.66. 227.66. Now again, from this middles, we're going to transfer, or from this height of instruments, starting here, we're going to transfer our instrument from here to here, meaning to say our height of instrument would now vary or change. Now, our formula for height of instrument, take note, is still elevation plus your backside. So, our last elevation was given as 227.66, so we simply add 2.16. The given backside of your turning point 2, which is 229.82. Okay, again, the height of instruments for turning points 1 until 3 would all be the same. So what we need to solve now is for the elevations of station 8 until turning point 3. So we simply subtract 229.82 minus 0.9, just like what we did before. So that would be 228.92. And then again, we subtract 1.2, 228.62. Then we subtract 1.7 from 229.82. That would be 228.12. Okay, and then we subtract 2.8, 227.02. Okay, now the last thing is, of course, the elevation for turning point 3, which is 229.82 minus its foresight, which is 2.37. That would be 227.45. Okay, now again, as you can see in our rough sketch, in between turning point 2 and 3, after getting the foresight at turning point 3, we moved our instrument from one place to another, meaning to say our height of instrument again would vary. But take note, at this station, wala tayong immediate foresight. So, ang meron lang tayo, backsight and foresight. So, here, we would solve for our height of instrument for turning point 3. Our height of instrument would still be elevation plus backsight. The last elevation we got was 227.45. So, you simply add the given backside, which is 1.35, and that is 228.72. Sorry, 0.82 pala. Okay, 227.45 plus 0.82, so that is 228.27. 228.27. Okay, now we would get our elevation, so we simply subtract our foresight, which is 3.5, and that would be 226.41. Let's double check. 228.27 minus our given foresight as 3.5. Tama, 224.77 pala. My bad. 224.77. Very sorry. 224.77. Now, that is our elevation for turning point 4. Okay. Now, we're going to solve for the height of instrument naman at turning point 4 once we transfer our instrument from here. Okay. Now, how are we going to solve for the height of instrument? Still, same pa rin yung formula. That would still be elevation plus your backside. So, our last elevation is 224.77. We just add the given backside as 1.35. Okay. That would be 226.12. 226.12. Okay. So now we have our height of instrument or elevation of instrument. We now solve for the elevation at station 12, of course, in between turning point 4 and benchmark 2. How are we going to solve for the elevation again? Of course, since the emitted foresight is given, yan yung gagamitin natin in order to solve its elevation. So we have 226.12 minus your immediate foresight. So that would be 223.12. Okay. Now, again, since ito, nung sinight mo yung station 12, you did not move your height of instrument. So, means to say, constant pa rin yung height of instrument mo in that certain point or in that certain station. Now, what you're going to solve next would, of course, be the elevation naman at benchmark 2. So, simply, just subtract 226.12 with a given foresight, which is 1.24, and that is 224.88. Okay, 224.88. Okay, so that would be your profile leveling, completing your table. Okay, before we proceed sa graphing, meron pala akong namalinang sulat dito. This should be 227.02. Very sorry, instead of 227.08. So, na-proceed tayo sa graphing. Syempre, magsa-start tayo sa graphing by introducing ano ba tong mga numbers here and here. So for the vertical axis, which is this one, you have the numbers here as your given elevation. And then for the horizontal axis, you have your distances or horizontal distances between your stations. Now, in our problem, it wasn't stated kung ano ba talaga yung horizontal distances between each stations. But here, for the sake of graphing, nag-assume na lang ako ng 5 meters constant sa lahat ng horizontal distances between stations. So, now, syempre, magsa-start tayo at benchmark 1. So, ang benchmark 1, we all know that the elevation here is 2 to 5.5. Always remember, ang benchmark 1, starting distance yan would be 0. So, 2 to 5.5. Nasaan ba yung 2 to 5.5? Must be located somewhere there. At distance 0. After benchmark 1, meron tayong station 1 which is 2 to 3.45 ang elevation niya. So, nasan ba yung 2 to 3.45? 2 to 3.45 is located below 2 to 4. So, let's say somewhere here. Now, for station 1, after nun, we proceed to station 2 which has an elevation of 2 to 4.15. So, 2 to 4.15, it's somewhere above konti. 2 to 4. Ayan. So, that would be your 10th distance or 10 meters away from benchmark 1. So, after that, ng station 2, proceed na tayo ngayon sa turning point 1. And it has an elevation of 2 to 5.81. So, nasan ba yung 2 to 5.81? It is somewhere here, close to 226. There. So, all throughout, gawin mo lang yung pag-graph ng elevation and horizontal distances between your or for each of your stations. So, after that, matatapos mo nang i-plot yung points. Okay, so to cut the video short, I already graphed it off cam. So, ang ginawa ko lang, plinot ko yung points sa dito yung elevation, dito yung horizontal distances between station. After plotting each points, dinesignate ko yung mga stations, proper stations niya. Benchmark 1, station 1, station 2, and turning point 1. After that, kinonect ko lang yung mga dots that I've created. Okay? So, dito, ito na yung side view ng profile leveling mo, which you can see na meron tayong super deep na elevation and then meron din yung super taas. So, here, makikita mo yung differences in elevation using this graphing method. Okay? So, that would be all for profile leveling.